Hello, hello. Today is April the 4th, 2022, and the long two-week wait is over. It's time to hear what Norm Winski has to say again. And Norm, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Jeff. Thanks for having me on your show. Okay, so I was last on your show, I believe, on Monday, March 14th. I made I had four different forecast points, and we're going to go over those now. So the night of the 16th, that's AC after the close of the 16th, we had Uranus to the U.S. chart. That the U.S. chart is based on where the planets were when the country was founded on the 4th of July, 1776. Then we'll be looking at U.S. stocks, T-bonds, U.S. dollar, anytime we have the U.S. chart. Then we had a full moon the night of the 17th. Anytime we have that, take a look at financials, grains, precious metals, and because it was in Virgo, we're emphasizing soybeans. And then the weekend of the 18th, we had a Venus cycle point there. Venus is cattle, copper, cotton, sugar, wheat, and then we also had another U.S. point over that weekend. So there's 4 points, and we have the indicated markets. Now we're going to take a look. Here's the corn, popped up into the full moon, had a 1 day top there, pulled back about 10 cents for that's $500 if you're not familiar with the grains. And the beans were here's soybeans. It did not turn down. You didn't have a chance to make some money, so that's a miss. Wheat was a little friendlier. You popped up into the moon and then pulled back into our Venus point. So you had two winners there. Here's the cattle rallied into the Venus point and then had a nice 2 to 3 day pullback there. So you could have made some money. Cotton, not so friendly. We had a miss there. It just kept going up. Here's the sugar. That also did not give you an opportunity to make any money. So that's a miss. Copper had a little short term top there and silver made a short-term top on the moon, as did gold. Here's the S&P. Our first 2 points on the S&P were misses, but then we had a double whammy there for the weekend of the 18th, and had a chance if you sold on the opening to make some money on that on the 1 day pullback. And then the bonds were one of the better ones. We had made a low there, and then the yellow is sideways, so we do nothing there. But the next day we were looking for a turn there, and we got it. And you had a nice about 2 3 day pullback, which is good for about 3 to 4 handles for $1,000 a handle there. And then the dollar, the currencies tend to dance to the moon, and the dollar made a low there on the moon, and then the euro made a high on the moon, and you could have made money on both of those. Add up the arrows. Green is good, red bad. 13 winners, 5 misses out of 18, 72.22% winners. Now we're going to look ahead at what's coming up. We got a huge month in April. I'm only going to cover about 10 days or so here. Tomorrow night, the night of the 5th AEC, we got Neptune is the oil planet, going to line up with the U.S. chart. It's also in inflation and oil, and we're going to be looking at U.S. stocks, T-bonds, U.S. dollar. We have another point here to the U.S. It's a 1 day apart, double whammy for the U.S. U.S. stocks, T-bonds, dollar. Then the end of the week here, the weekend coming up, we have a big double cycle here. One of my top things are when the planets hit zero latitude. Both Mercury and Venus are doing that together over the weekend. That's rather unusual. That's a rare cycle convergence, so that's a big deal. By the way, the stocks can respond to all these points, whereas commodities are narrow filters. And if you want any help with any of these technical terms, please contact me. I'll give you a free class. All right, and you also get these notes for free if you would contact me too. All right, so we have the Mercury thing is grains, corn, soybeans, wheat. Then we have Venus on the weekend for cattle, copper, cotton, sugar, wheat. Then we have Jupiter to the U.S. chart again, U.S. stocks, T-bonds, U.S. dollar. And then we get into the Neptune phase here, where we're going to get quite a few things with Neptune, indicating oil. And that's going to be the night of the 8th. That's also over the 8th weekend. And that's indicating oil. And then here's a really big deal. The morning of the 12th, it would be a couple days after the weekend there, the morning of the 12th, Neptune takes 167 years to go around, make it one full cycle. It's for the last several years, it's been in the sign of Pisces, and now Jupiter's in Pisces. They're going to line up with Neptune. That has not happened for over 166 years. Jeff, you might remember the last time that happened. That a little joke there.
You're making
And
fun of my age here.
oil. There you go. We got oil. So that's huge for oil. You got three. Neptune is like double power in its own sign of Pisces, and Jupiter's going to line up. So that's oil. And we had oil up there. And then we have Jupiter to the U.S. chart, stocks, T-bonds, U.S. dollar. Then we got a little bonus here in the night of the 14th. That would be that's the next weekend because we have a Friday holiday. And geocentric Mars will be going into Pisces, the sign for oil. So it's oil, oil, and oil, And we have the night of that weekend of the 14th, we have a full moon with financial grains, precious metals, and because the Libra will be looking at sugar and wheat. Here's my bio. If you're not familiar with me, I've been doing this a long, long time. I started studying the astrology more than 50 years ago. I started using that to invest while I was in college. Did very well, made enough money to buy a membership in 1975 on the Chicago Board Options Exchange. I was there 12 years, and I'm always studying stuff, trying to get better. So I know all this stuff here. And with experience, I've been able to reduce lots of complicated stuff to simple. So there you go. I could take some of that complicated things you might be studying out there and reduce it to very simple. You can contact me. You can get a free class if you contact me. Here I am in sunny Naples, Florida at 239-594-3939. Here's my email, nwinski@embark with a Q, mail.com, or you can call me on Skype, Winski_digit1. Looking forward to helping some of your folks, Jeff.
Well, that really is helpful. You're giving us some dates that really have panned out consistently month after month. Norm, thank you ever so much. We're going to see you back in 2 weeks, and you'll give us a report on how you did. I know you're going to do super again.
Thank you very much.
Okay, bye-bye.